It's Monday, November 4th, and this is PSN News. Tonight we'll bring you an exclusive interview with Daryl McDaniels of Run DMC from his visit to Penn State last week, as well as new allegations against former football coach Jerry Sandusky.
We also have more on Penn State securing the Happy Valley trademark, as well as Twitter's announcement to ban political ads on their platform. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Katie Park.
And I'm Luke Locker.
Penn State's College of Engineering is set to get an almost billion-dollar upgrade. The college will undergo even more new changes to its facilities after a recently released $849 million budget plan. The project will be divided into the two 5-year phases. According to university officials, the expansion potentially could include upwards of 8 new facilities across the west side of campus. Main goals of the plan include reducing facility costs in the long term and developing all aspects of the engineering departments. The project started in March of 2018 and is scheduled to end in 2028.
Penn State officially gained the approval to trademark Happy Valley on apparel this past week. The decision was approved by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for all shirts, sweatshirts, and headwear, though more trademarks are already being filed for other accessories. This comes one whole year after Penn State initially filed for the trademark and were initially shot down. University officials are happy with the decision and plan to move forward with local business owners to help discover the best way to promote the trademark across as many platforms as possible.
Penn State police are now investigating a new allegation of sexual abuse by former Penn State assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky. According to officials, an individual filed a claim last Tuesday that they were sexually assaulted by Sandusky between June 2000 and September 2010. Spokesman Wyatt Du Bois said, quote, "This incident report is the result of the university's internal and external reporting procedures upon receipt of a new allegation of abuse by Jerry Sandusky. An investigation is ongoing and we have no further comment," end quote. More on the investigation will be later disclosed. Sandusky was indicted nearly 8 years ago on multiple child sexual abuse charges.
A Penn State Abington student has been arrested for making terroristic threats towards the campus and its staff and students. 20-year-old Mohammed Alatma from Philadelphia was arrested on October 23rd after police received a tip of an individual threatening people on campus. Police do not know the nature of what his threats were, but arrested him for charges of terroristic threats, disorderly conduct, and harassment. The threats temporarily put Abington on lockdown earlier this month. His preliminary hearing is set for November 4th.
Stay tuned because after the break, Bella Langston will bring you the latest in entertainment.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Bella Langston with your entertainment update. The Penn State Department of Landscape Architecture is hosting a lecture titled Ecologies of Memory with guest speaker and founder of Studio Zood, Sarah Zood. Zood designs and develops historically black neighborhoods in southern cities and specializes in the history of the transatlantic slave trade. Her preservations and work speaks volumes as she was named the 2014 National Ulster Scholar. Studio Zood is a design firm that fosters a multidisciplinary background that crosses between urbanism, architecture, sociology, community organizing, and more. On top of that, Zood carries 2 master's and a bachelor's degree in landscape architecture, city planning, sociology, and statistics, respectively. The lecture will take place at 6 p.m. in the Stuckman Family Building jury space on Wednesday. The Moving Pictures dance concert performed this past weekend at the Pavilion Theater on Penn State's campus. The concert is based off of visual art where choreographers, visual artists, and dancers create on a collaborative platform that showcases contemporary artworks, some of which that have come from Penn State's very own artists. The dance company creates a creative safe space for gifted preteen and teen students to unleash their own kind of art and prides itself on inclusivity by encouraging people of all ages from all backgrounds to join. Penn State got tricky last week as Daryl DMC McDaniels of Run DMC, one of the most influential hip-hop groups of all time, came to talk to Penn State students not about his success in the entertainment industry, but about his struggle with mental health. PSN News field reporter Shannon Lyden has the story.
Hi, my name is Shannon Lyden. I'm reporting for PSN News outside of the Thomas Building, where Daryl McDaniels of Run DMC is here to talk to Penn State students about mental health. Let's head inside. Before the talk, I got a chance to speak with two Penn State students about why they came out to this event.
My father is a huge Run DMC fan, so literally he said he would kill me if I don't show up. And also I feel like he was very revolutionary in the hip-hop culture in the 80s and 90s, so I take admire Run DMC. They did a lot for our culture. It's not that I want to learn something specific, it's more that I just want to see what he can offer. He's kind of in a wise stage at this point, so I kind of want to see what I can learn from him.
Afterwards, I spoke to the Assistant Dean of Diversity Enhancement Programs about the importance of the talk.
There's a lot of external pressures going on. And then you have the relationships on top of that all our students are facing, plus those who are just going through struggles that we're not even aware of. So I felt like it was important, at least at this time of year, to have something like this to go on so that students would know that they weren't by themselves.
Throughout the discussion, McDaniels was open and honest about things he has gone through and how it has gotten him to where he is now. I got a chance to speak with him afterwards.
When I started talking about me going through things, mental issues, family issues, personal issues, substance abuse, I found out it had an even greater impact on people because a lot of people themselves was afraid to speak up about what they were going through. People are unwilling to speak up about it because they feel like something's wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having a certain situation in your life. We all have a responsibility to care and help each other.
With PSN News, this is Shannon Lyden.
Iconic comedian and actor John Witherspoon sadly passed away last Tuesday at the age of 77. The talented TV and movie star, better known as Pops, had a voice and face that was seen on many TV shows and movies for the last 5 decades. Witherspoon began his acting career in the late 70s, where he made his first debut in Jazz Singer in 1980. Floods of tweets appeared throughout the week into the weekend commemorating the actor, who is known to make his whole audience laugh. Witherspoon was best known for his role as Ice Cube's father in the Friday trilogy, Gramps on the TV show The Boondocks, and a father figure to many young actors, including Marlon and Shawn Wayans during their 1990 sitcom, The Wayans Brothers. That was your entertainment update. After the break, Noah Chast will bring you the latest in the world of sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Noah Chast with your sports update. It was a football bye week for Penn State, but there was still plenty of action here in State College for the Nittany Lions. Penn State's women's soccer defeated Iowa 2-0 in the Big Ten tournament quarterfinals at Jeffrey Field. The Lions started the game aggressively on both sides of the ball, with freshman Allie Schlegel missing an early shot off a free kick, and senior goalkeeper Amanda Dennis making a diving save in the 3rd minute to keep the game scoreless. Penn State was able to strike first with Peyton Lanahan, settling a throw-in and scorching a ball off the top crossbar for the goal. In the 35th minute of play, Sam Coffey sent a corner kick into the box where Rachel Wasserman deflected it off her feet for her first goal of the season and Penn State's second of the night. Penn State's defense carried them the rest of the way, completing the shutout victory, with Dennis adding 6 saves on 6 shots on goal. The Lions advanced to the Big Ten semifinals against the number 8 seed Purdue Friday, November 8th at 11 a.m. Number 12 men's hockey completed the sweep of number 7 Wisconsin this weekend with a 4-2 win in their second Big Ten showdown of the weekend. The game was tied at 2-2 midway through the 3rd period until junior forward Sam Sternstein ripped a shot past the near side of the Wisconsin goalie to take the lead. Senior Nate Susie sealed the game with an empty net goal. Later in the 3rd, forwards Brandon Byro and Alex Limoges also had goals on the night. Goalie Peyton Jones put out another impressive performance with 25 stop shots, along with his 7th career point on a secondary assist to Sternstein for the game-winning goal. Penn State is 6-1 on the year and 2-0 in the Big Ten. Penn State will see another Big Ten rival when the Michigan State Spartans come to town next weekend for a 2-game series Friday and Saturday night. They're now number 6 in the nation. Penn State alumnus Emily Kaplan, who currently works for ESPN, came back to Happy Valley last week to give a talk to Penn State students. Our own Haley Curtis was there and can tell us all about it.
Many aspiring student journalists attended a conversation with Emily Kaplan as a part of the John Curley Center's Conversation series that features influential people in sports media. Emily Kaplan earned her journalism degree in 2013 and went on to work for the Associated Press, the Boston Globe, and Sports Illustrated. Now she reports on hockey for ESPN. Anna Middleton, a senior broadcast journalism major, came out to ask Emily questions and listen to her advice about being a sports reporter.
And I just want to learn how she got to where she is today, what steps she had to take in the process.
Emily Kaplan was once in Anna's footsteps, studying sports journalism at Penn State. With the knowledge she learned, she was able to launch her career at ESPN as an NHL reporter. Anna looks up to Emily as a successful woman in sports journalism as she has similar aspirations. Emily gave advice to students that they need to be persistent in order to reach their goals. She also gave an unconventional tip that journalism students shouldn't be afraid of getting a post-grad internship because that's how she got her start.
Emily Kaplan definitely told me that the best advice is to get a post-grad internship, and I never thought of it this way before, but she said you'll be entering the job market 3 months later than everyone else who graduates college, which I never actually thought of it like that.
Emily encourages Penn State journalists to think outside the box when it comes to storytelling and to not be afraid to go after what they really want.
To think creatively. I think a lot of what we see in sports media is the same old stuff again and again, and I think I approach my job in a different way than the guys have before me, and I hope that maybe that can inspire them to take a little creative juice and take it down the world and have a lot of awesome Penn Staters out there thinking really creatively. A lot of this job is perseverance, but also the way you treat people and treat them well, so be a respectful pest is something I really like.
Reporting for PSN News, I'm Haley Curtis.
We are roughly 2 weeks into the NBA season, and there remains only one undefeated team left in the league, the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers beat the Portland Trail Blazers 129-128 in dramatic fashion Saturday night to improve to 5-0. The Sixers were playing without all-star center Joel Embiid, who was serving the first of his 2-game suspension for an on-court altercation with Karl Anthony Towns. Damian Lillard and the Blazers led the entire game up until the last 10 seconds, where Ben Simmons hit back-to-back free throws to give the Sixers the 1-point lead. The Blazers answers with Anthony Simons hitting a three with 2.2 seconds left, giving the Blazers the 2-point lead. The Sixers had the last lap after calling a timeout and inbounding the ball to Furkan Korkmaz, who drilled the last-second three to win the game for Philly. The Sixers look to remain undefeated as they take on the Suns later tonight. That was your sports update. Stay tuned because after this break, we'll have this week's weather report.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chris Long, a student meteorologist here at the Penn State Campus Weather Service. With a look at our forecast for this upcoming week, we will begin with the weather headlines this afternoon, and we will have a mild start to the week. It was fairly warm today for this time of year. We'll see similar conditions tomorrow and again on Wednesday. However, after that, we do have a winter storm actually possible here on Thursday. And then after that storm, we will have a chilly end of the work week in sight. So let's take a look at that future weather. We begin tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We're waking up to conditions in the mid-30s here across central Pennsylvania. However, we will have the chance for some overnight showers, and they will be continuing into the morning hours. By 8 a.m., this particular model shows that we could have some showers across really the western half of Pennsylvania, and then putting that into motion and taking a look at Tuesday afternoon, we'll top out with our highs in the mid-40s, maybe making our way up to around 50 tomorrow afternoon. We could still have a few of those showers around central Pennsylvania. However, I think most of them will move out by the afternoon hours. And then overnight, tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, we see the skies are going to clear, and with that, we'll have some pretty chilly temperatures overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday. We're waking up with a temperature around 38 degrees here at 10 a.m. on Wednesday morning. And then Wednesday afternoon, we will stay pretty clear here in central Pennsylvania. Maybe a few clouds making their way up into the far northwestern portion of the Commonwealth. But for us here in central Pennsylvania, we'll be staying with those clear skies. It'll be a little bit cooler than it will be tomorrow, with our highs topping out in the mid-40s here in State College. And then overnight, Wednesday night into Thursday, that's when our weather will get a little bit interesting. So waking up here at 8 a.m. on Thursday, we have a temperature of 37 in State College with maybe a little bit of rain falling, but take a look at what's happening a little bit further to the north and west. We have those cooler temperatures, and with that, we do have some frozen precipitation that we will be expecting. And then as we go later into the day on Thursday, take a look at that. We have that blue on the map making its way almost through the entire state. And then by the time we get to the overnight hours on Thursday, it will be awfully chilly here in State College. 29 by 9 p.m. on Thursday is what this particular model shows. But I think it is important to note that we do expect that we could have some winter weather making its way through here on Thursday. So do expect some impacts for that. I know it's only the beginning of November, but we will see some winter weather on tap. And then finally, as we take a look overnight Thursday into Friday morning, it's going to be becoming awfully chilly. Take a look at that 9 a.m. Only 23 degrees here in State College, and I don't think we'll be warming up very much from that. Our highs definitely will not make it to 40 on Friday. So here's our forecast for tonight in State College. We expect a low of temperature of 39 degrees with mostly cloudy skies to start, and then a few showers will be making their way into central Pennsylvania. Tomorrow for our forecast, we have a high of 53 expected with those morning showers. I think those showers will end around the lunchtime hour, and then we'll have mostly cloudy skies, and we'll have a slight wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour from the southwest. Here's your 7-day forecast from the Penn State Campus Weather Service. We do see we have those 50s forecasted for today and tomorrow. Wednesday, that high dips into the upper 40s, and then after that, it keeps steadily declining on Thursday. That's when we do have that chance of that winter storm. Friday and Saturday, our highs don't even make it to 40 degrees, and look at those. We have some really chilly overnight lows Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. For the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Chris Long. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Former Democratic Congressman Beto O'Rourke of Texas announced Friday he will be dropping out of the presidential race. Beto said, quote, "Though it is difficult to accept, it is clear to me now that this campaign does not have the means to move forward successfully," end quote. Although Beto has removed himself from the race, he will continue to support the eventual Democratic Party nominee. One of Beto's spokesmen said he will not be running for a Senate seat position either. It is unconfirmed how Beto's political career will continue. O'Rourke came to Penn State this past March.
Twitter has publicly come out with a decision to ban political ads on their platform. This decision came after much deliberation within the company, but was formally released through a series of tweets from the company's CEO, Jack Dorsey. The reasoning behind such a choice led from the growing spread of misinformation on social media. During the presidential election of 2016, which concluded with Donald Trump taking the presidency, many negative and false advertisements were used across platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Google. Twitter does not want a repeat of this event, so in not allowing political ads, they are putting an end to it. While Twitter has seen its support for this decision grow, Facebook and Google have felt pressure increase for them to follow suit, but at this time, neither company has responded to Twitter's decision. Facebook in particular will allow anyone to take out an ad and will not be fact-checking them for misleading or false information.
A forensic pathologist hired by Jeffrey Epstein's family said Epstein's autopsy suggests homicide rather than suicide. The celebrity pathologist Michael Batten told Fox News on Wednesday he believes the evidence points to homicide due to Epstein's fractures to his hyoid bone and thyroid cartilage, injuries that are more indicative of homicidal strangulation than suicide. Although conspiracy theories have swirled regarding Epstein's death, it has officially been closed as a suicide by hanging. Federal prosecutors had charged 66-year-old Epstein with sex trafficking of minors and paying victims to recruit other underage girls. It was alleged he created a network that allowed to sexually abuse dozens of young victims. Epstein died in prison while awaiting his trial.
The first steps into the impeachment process on President Donald Trump have been approved by the House of Representatives. The initiation of the impeachment program by the House has allowed for investigations into his actions and decisions throughout his presidency. Inquiries into impeachment began the reports that Trump had withheld military aid money from the Ukraine. so that they could investigate former Vice President and current Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden. While some members of the House have been actively against the vote for impeachment for the past several months, others say that they have had enough to initiate this process earlier and that it is only done now because it has grown so public. Either way, President Trump has vehemently denied all allegations towards him and plans to continue running his presidency while amongst the first endeavors of the impeachment process.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News or on Instagram at Penn State Network News.
Have a great night, Penn State.
Guys, I botched that last story.